Protests continued for the sixth straight night in Madison. The latest messages from the men and women calling for change. And we're swapping the storms for sun and some much more pleasant temperatures. Aaron is tracking a cooler weekend ahead.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, August 29th, already the last weekend of August. Hard to believe.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the summer just kind of flew by, and here we are.
It does. And every Saturday morning, we like to kick off your weekend with a reason to make you smile. Every weekend, it seems like that story. We need it just more and more and more. So for much of the week, all eyes have been here on Wisconsin after the shooting of Jacob Blake. Much of the sports world was at a standstill, too, including the Packers, who are planning to practice today after calling off practice earlier this week to focus on something they say is much bigger than sports. The players screened the Netflix documentary 13, talked about it, and committed, get this, a $500,000 donation to social justice causes. Head coach Matt LaFleur's message to everyone is that if his team, one filled with different races and backgrounds, can come together and fight for each other to win games, why can't everyone?
What's so great about our sport and the essence of team is you got a bunch of people from different backgrounds coming together in pursuit of a common goal. And if our society could emulate that or could see how we operate as a team, our world would be a much better place.
The Packers are planning to resume practice today before returning to Lambeau for Sunday's padded work. Happy to have them back.
Yeah, definitely.
Bucks back in action as well, but they're not forgetting why they sat out this past week.
Yeah, I mean just seeing that amount of 500,000, that's really good news.
It is. Other good news is this forecast.
Yeah, it certainly is going to be great through today and tomorrow. We have a lot of sunshine in the forecast. We got rid of that heat and the humidity as we look over downtown Madison right now. Just a beautiful start to the day. There's a few clouds out there. Temperatures are on the cool side. 64 now. Northwest wind at 8 miles per hour. That's ushering in that cooler air for today. So as we go through the morning hours, we will start to get rid of the cloud cover. Temperature around noontime, 72 degrees, up to 76 for the afternoon across the area. Generally into the lower to middle 60s across southern Wisconsin. And as we look at the lake forecast, most of the beaches are open. 76 for your high today. Sunshine, northwest wind at 5 to 15, and sunny and 75 for your Sunday. Now we are looking at rain chances coming back in the forecast going into next work week. But otherwise the weekend, not a bad forecast at all.
We certainly earned it after the past few days of storms.
Yeah, the storms, the 80s, the 90s, and now sunny and 75. I mean, you can't beat a forecast like that.
No, you can't. We'll invite you back. Thanks, Aaron. To today's headlines, National Guard troops from Alabama, Arizona, and Michigan are now here in Wisconsin to help with ongoing demonstrations in Kenosha. State officials are explaining why.
We're here to preserve public safety and the ability of individuals to exercise their First Amendment rights to lawfully and peacefully demonstrate. That's really the bottom line for the National Guard. I think we can do better, and I think that
National Guard troops have been on duty in Kenosha since Monday when authorities in Kenosha first requested help. Protests in both Kenosha and Madison remain largely peaceful for a sixth night. Madison's was part of the March on Madison, coinciding with the anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. Demonstrators walked from Camp Randall to the Capitol. Most of the participants were students demanding change on campus and citywide. They want the statue of Abraham Lincoln on top of Bascom Hill removed, as well as the Chamberlain Rock. Bottom line, they say now is the time for action.
We are becoming aware of the hypocrisies in our nation earlier on. That's what all of us are here for. We're all here against the hypocrisies in the United States, the hypocrisies written in Madison legislation, written in the university's legislation.
Speakers also called for the release of Devonray Johnson as well as Marquand Clark, two high-profile activists arrested in Madison earlier this summer. State senators will return to the Capitol in 2 days for a special session Monday that will address a package of police reform measures in the wake of the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Governor Tony Evers called that session. Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald says the chamber will not debate anything immediately and instead will work through dozens of proposals in the coming months. New this morning, the CEO of Facebook says the company made an operational mistake this week by not removing a page that encouraged armed Americans to take to the streets of Kenosha. In a video released overnight, Mark Zuckerberg acknowledged that the page clearly violates Facebook's rules against violent militias and that, quote, a bunch of people had even reported the page prior to the killing of 2 protesters. To coronavirus headlines, now more than 50 people have been hospitalized in the past 24 hours. There are now more than 800 new cases, more than 74,000 confirmed in total. The state's positivity rate has increased by more than 1 percentage point. That's at 9.2%. The 7-day average is now 8.4%. Health officials continue to dispute new guidelines from the CDC about who should and shouldn't get tested for the coronavirus. Earlier this week, the CDC said people who don't have symptoms don't need to get tested even if they've been exposed. But health experts are questioning that. They say the time before symptoms show is when people can be the most contagious. In the Madison area, anyone who thinks they might have the virus is advised to get tested either at their healthcare provider's office, the Alliant Energy Center, or at several community pop-up sites. Experts also want to emphasize the importance of quarantining and staying home whenever possible. New research shows 40% of COVID-19 transmission happens before people show symptoms. Officials from the World Health Organization say this could be why we're seeing more super spreader events. They say between 10 and 20% of cases are responsible for 80% of the transmission. Don't put off getting your flu shot, especially this year. That's the latest advice from health officials ahead of a flu season they say could look very different. According to the CDC, manufacturers are producing about 20 million more doses of the vaccine than last season. They believe if enough people get vaccinated, it could stop hospitals from having to deal with overcrowding from the flu on top of the coronavirus. About 45% of the country got the flu vaccine last season. 1 week away from the start of a new semester, more Badgers are moving to campus this weekend. Welcome. All eyes will be on the university, though, and the number of COVID cases there over the next few weeks. The UW-Madison now has a new website to monitor the spread of the virus on campus. It tracks the number of students and staff members tested every day and the number of positive cases to help follow the virus's spread. According to the latest health data, the university has conducted about 3,000 tests since August 6th. So far, just 36 people, 33 students, and 3 employees have tested positive. An additional 87 students and 8 employees have tested positive at off-campus testing sites. To further prevent the spread, the UW-Madison has hired 35 contact tracers to work with state and local health officials to notify anyone who tests positive. Anyone who does will be required to self-isolate. The university has room for roughly 1,000 students to quarantine on campus at one time, or those students have the choice to return home. Anyone will soon be able to get their COVID test results in as little as 15 minutes, thanks to a new kind of test. The FDA has issued an emergency use for the Binax Now antigen test made by Abbott. Studies from Abbott and several universities found the test can correctly identify positive cases 97% of the time and is 98% accurate for negative readings. Abbott says the test is about the size of a credit card and costs $5. It also comes with a free mobile app to display test results. Abbott says it expects to make 50 million tests a month available to the public by October. It's 8:08. We'll have more on the COVID vaccine that researchers believe could be developed in weeks rather than years coming up in our next half hour. But first, here's a live look over the Capitol this morning. Sun and 70-degree temperatures, no complaints here, are back in the forecast this weekend. But how long will they last? Aaron is tracking that right after this.
Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
As a caricature artist, I appreciate what makes each person unique. That's why I like Liberty Mutual. They get that no 2 people are alike. And customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Almost done? What do you think?
I don't see it. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. When I say I've been living Atkins for years, that doesn't mean I've been on a diet for years. What it does mean is that the foods I eat and enjoy every day deliver healthy proteins and don't load me up on refined carbs or sugars. But in these last few months, a lot of us are looking to shed some of those pandemic pounds. So let's be clear. The Atkins way of keto dieting has helped zillions of people lose weight. Atkins.com. It's all there. Everything you need to know. Free. Nothing to join.
It's totally normal to have constipation with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way.
More exercise, more water, and more fiber is the only way to manage it.
Is it?
Maybe you think it's occasional constipation.
Maybe it's not.
It could be a chronic medical condition called IBS-C, and time to say yes to Linzess. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Change your thinking to IBS-C. If your constipation and belly pain keeps coming back, tell your doctor and say yes to Linzess.
Great decision on your new windows. Buy one, get one won't last long.
Have you always been so passionate about windows?
Felco's buy one, get one free windows is totally rad. Felco's energy efficient windows are a must in every home. So hurry, call now.
You could say that.
Buy one window, get one free, and get no interest for 1 year.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We always like to tell you about people who are doing good amidst all that's going on. And this weekend, some of those men and women are Wisconsin Disaster Team volunteers who are spending the weekend down in Texas helping people dealing with the devastating aftermath of Hurricane Laura. These men and women help people in emergency shelters and evacuation centers get the care they need. And so we just want to send them our well wishes, and definitely all the people down there as well. Did you know that it was 15 years ago today that Hurricane Katrina first made landfall?
Yeah, which is really, I mean, crazy to think. I mean, it's been 15 years, but that was one of the deadliest or the most destructive hurricanes in U.S. history with just how costly it was. So, and unfortunately, it actually has been an active hurricane season so far this year in 2020. We just had Laura, and we're already watching a couple more systems possibly developing out in the Atlantic. So I think it's going to be a busy hurricane season, as that doesn't actually officially end until the end of November. So have to keep watching on that as we go through the next couple of months. Back here in Wisconsin, though, as we look over downtown Madison, it's a beautiful start to your Saturday. Temperatures are into the 60s. We will warm up into the 70s going through this afternoon. Today's high topping out right around 76 degrees. Across the area, generally into the 60s, lower to middle 60s. We have 61 in Mineral Point, 60 in Wisconsin-Dells, 65 in Watertown, and still holding on to 68 in Janesville. Doppler radar is dry this morning. There are a couple showers down in Illinois. Nothing for us to worry about for today. Taking you back a couple for the past 24 to 48 hours, though, the 2-day rainfall totals across Wisconsin. We had some very heavy rain that fell yesterday morning north of Madison, basically along Interstate 90-94, where we had reports of 3 to 8 inches. And that is, I mean, bad news because of the flash flooding, but good news because we had dry conditions across a good portion of Wisconsin. Luckily, we are going to see dry conditions for this weekend. However, for areas that didn't get the rain, we do have another chance of rain going into Monday and Tuesday. Best chance will be on Monday, or Tuesday, I should say, with about a 50% chance of that happening. Today, though, we stay dry, just a few clouds this morning. Those will kick out of here for the afternoon, looking at a sunny day with highs in the 70s. Here's our forecast. 76 will be your high. The wind out of the north to northwest about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Rather pleasant day. And we do keep that in the forecast as we go into your Sunday. Sunny and 75. but we will see that chance for showers and storms to return on Monday and Tuesday. Right now, we are looking at the better chance of storms to be on Tuesday with a high of 74 degrees. Now, if we do see a bit more cloud cover and more showers and storms around, I wouldn't be surprised if we have to knock that high down into the upper 60s on your Tuesday. We do dry out a little bit on Wednesday with a high near 76, but showers and storms return on Thursday. And overall, that extended forecast looking fairly comfortable in terms of our temperatures into the middle 70s. And I do think as we go into the early to middle part of September, we are going to see that cooler than normal temperatures in the forecast with highs maybe in the 60s by middle September. So if you're tired of the summer heat, something to look forward to.
At what temperature would you say it is socially acceptable to wear a jacket?
To wear a jacket? Oh, that's
I'm one of those perpetually cold people. I have my jacket hiding under here. It takes a lot of effort to stay warm during the show.
I feel like I would say maybe like 60, 65. Okay. It depends on if you're inside. I feel like 65 is kind of cool.
On Tuesday, I'm going to need one. I know it ahead of time. Thank you, Aaron. It looks like a delightful week. Time now for some more good news, some food news. If you love the marshmallows and Lucky Charms, and who doesn't? This one is for you. General Mills is out with a new product that honestly has us wondering what took so long. The company is now selling packages of its Just Magical marshmallows starting this weekend. The marshmallows come in 6-ounce packages for just about $4. No word yet on how long the limited time item will be available, so get them while you can. And Busch Light is out with a new product, too, that gives new meaning to the dog days of summer. The company is now brewing Nectar of the Dogs, a bone broth full of dog-friendly flavors and nutrients. It's non-alcoholic, and Busch says it's best served to your dogs, in your dog's drinking bowl, rather, or poured over their food. It's for sale now, but only online. You can pick up a pack on the company's website, busch.com. It's 8:16. From a new coming-of-age comedy to an already award-winning film, we'll tell you what's now showing and streaming, plus what our film critic, Will Loper, suggests you watch this weekend. Trending news is just ahead on News 3 Now This Morning, Saturday.
Tired of that old bath or shower and ready for a change? Mad City Baths makes it easy and affordable to have a new bath, tub to shower conversion, or walk-in tub installed in as little as 1 day with premium wall patterns like sandalwood, white slate, and more, infused with Microban antimicrobial protection. Mad City Baths is Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler. Now get huge savings during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation on your new bath or shower with 60 months 0% interest, and receive a $60 Walmart gift card with purchase. Plus, call during this program, and as a bonus, receive a free $100 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Ask about virtual online estimates. Throughout Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
What happens now? Now that the rent's due, but they've cut your pay. Now that the virus has cost lives, but your health care costs too much. Now that our president has had months, but he still doesn't have a plan. What happens now? Joe Biden knows how to lead through a crisis because he's done it before. When our economy was on the verge of collapse, Joe Biden led the largest economic stimulus in a generation and saved millions of jobs. Now Joe Biden is ready to lead us through this crisis. He knows rebuilding our economy starts with fighting the virus, increasing testing, getting more protective gear for healthcare workers, and calling for mask mandates nationwide. As president, he'll get working families back on their feet by lowering healthcare costs and helping small businesses recover. So what happens now? We elect a president who will build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
This selenite gray is so pretty, isn't it?
Wow. Jim, could you pop the hood for us?
There she is.
Turbocharged, right?
Yes, it is.
Jim, could you kick the tires?
Oh, yes.
Could you change the color inside the car?
Oh, sure. How about blue?
That's more cyan, but jump in the back seat, Jim. Act like my kids.
How much longer?
Exactly how they sound. It's got massaging seats too, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Visit the Mercedes-Benz summer event or shop online at participating dealers. Get 0% APR financing up to 36 months on select new and certified pre-owned models.
Working out? Not canceled. Catching up, not canceled. Game night, not canceled. Nap time, not canceled. If new carpet would make you happier at home, we're here to help with standard carpet installation of just $75. Carpet one room or your whole house. And installation is only $75 while we celebrate our 75th anniversary. Coil Carpet One Floor and Home, locally owned and operated since 1945.
Breaking overnight from Hollywood, actor Chadwick Boseman, known for his role as the Black Panther and as number 42 Jackie Robinson, has died at the age of 43. Boseman died after a 4-year battle with colon cancer, according to a statement calling him a true fighter and saying he continued to work while undergoing surgeries and chemotherapy. The statement said he died at his Los Angeles area home with his wife and his family by his side. Overnight, Black Panther production company Marvel Studios tweeted, "Our hearts are broken and our thoughts are with Chadwick Boseman's family. Your legacy will live on forever. Rest in peace." When the film was released in 2018, Boseman was asked what it meant for him to play the Black Panther.
It's taking on its own meaning right now. I'm seeing that it's a cultural experience being the Black Panther.
Boseman was also socially conscious a year earlier, dismissing the idea that football player Colin Kaepernick taking a knee during the national anthem was unpatriotic.
We're in a period of time where people have to decide what is patriotism. Until black men are not brutalized in the street and treated unfairly, I'm going to acknowledge that it's not doing that.
Boseman died the same day Major League Baseball celebrated Jackie Robinson Day. In other trending news this morning, Hulu is out with a new teen comedy called The Binge.
This is our last chance to make a great memory.
The film follows 3 high school seniors living in a world where all drinking and drug use is illegal except for one night of the year. When that night comes, their friendship is tested as they make their way to the best party in town. The Binge started streaming overnight. The Sundance Award-winning film Cuties is headed soon to Netflix. Cuties is a French coming-of-age film focused on 11-year-old Amy, who tries to escape family dysfunction by joining her neighbor's dance clique. The group, however, stands in contrast to her mother's traditional values. Cuties will start streaming September 9th.
Going away a lot, huh? On business trips?
Dad.
Raise your hand if that sounds fishy.
Then, a month later, you can catch Bill Murray as a dad on a mission in the upcoming dramedy On the Rocks. The movie from Oscar-winning writer-director Sofia Coppola stars Murray as a playboy father who's asked by his daughter to spy on her husband, who she suspects is having an affair. Rashida Jones and Marlon Wayans are also in the film. On the Rocks will be released on Apple TV Plus in October. But first this weekend, there's no shortage of films and shows streaming, and as usual, our Will Oper sharing a few of his picks. Here are 3 things to watch.
Extraordinary tension around this stadium.
Take your mark.
Newly streaming on Netflix this week is the film Rising Phoenix.
We want to change the way people saw people with a disability.
There isn't anything else in the world that can bring you back from the darkest places than sport.
The documentary takes a look at the Paralympics and the inspiring stories behind those who participate and its impact.
Paralympics is something almost magical.
Being a part of something bigger than just yourself was incredible.
Rising Phoenix is streaming on Netflix now.
I hate the idea of you down there by yourself all the time. Just drinking.
I'm fine. I appreciate it. But I'm fine.
Newly streaming on HBO Max this weekend is the film The Way Back.
Is the team any good?
No. The last time they made the playoffs, back when you were playing.
Ben Affleck stars as a man struggling with alcoholism who's asked to coach a high school basketball team.
So how you liking coaching so far? Great. Just getting used to the players. What players? Game's on the line. I want taking that shot. Why is that so hard for you to believe? What? That you're the best player on the team.
The Way Back is streaming on HBO Max and available to rent or buy everywhere else.
I know you're suffering. I just want you to be happy again. But you gotta want it too.
Bill, Ted, enough of the delusions. You didn't time travel. And you didn't go to heaven and hell.
Finally, new on video on demand this week is Bill and Ted Face the Music.
A song created by Preston Logan, performed tonight, will save reality as we know it.
The third Bill and Ted film comes nearly 30 years later and finds our two dudes faced with writing the song that will unite the world, and their daughters are along for the ride through time.
Dude, our dads are totally in trouble. You should help them out.
No way! How's it going, Bill and Ted?
We're putting together a most extraordinary band. Hey, you want to be in our band?
Oh, this is ja fantastic. Bill and Ted Face the Music is available to rent for $19.99 or purchase for $24.99 on VOD platforms like iTunes or Amazon.
Be excellent to each other. Party on, dude.
Happy watching. Those are the three things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
Thank you to Will for that. And if you're missing seeing movies on the big screen, several local theater chains are reopened this weekend for the first time since March. Marcus Theaters in Madison and Sun Prairie welcome guests overnight. Hilldale's AMC Theater will open next Friday. And inside, you'll notice a lot has changed in 5 months. Marcus Theaters is now offering a practically hands-free experience. The chain has added toe openers to most doors in the building, so you won't have to touch a handle. Tickets and concessions are bought through an app, and employees are thoroughly sanitizing every seat in between shows.
When they come in, they'll take the tape off, put it to the side, and then that's their seat. Afterwards, our teams will come and spray the seat specifically and then retape it so everyone will know that it's been cleaned and sanitized throughout the whole time. Furthermore, the opportunity...
Theaters are currently limited to 10 audience members per show. Masks are also required in compliance with public health guidelines. And here's something we haven't been able to say in a while. This is a preview of a film coming soon to theaters.
I don't feel safe here. I don't feel safe with any of them.
An all-star cast hits the big screen in the new murder mystery, Death on the Nile. The movie is an adaptation of Agatha Christie's novel of the same name. It stars Kenneth Branagh, Tom Bateman, Annette Bening, and Jennifer Saunders, just to name a few. Death on the Nile hits theaters October 23rd. A half hour of news is still ahead this morning, though. We're following the latest developments after a 6th night of protests here in Madison and Kenosha. We're back right after this.
Book 2 separate qualifying stays and earn a free night. The open road is open again, and wherever you're headed, Choice Hotels is there. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
3 days only. It's the end of summer sale at Grand Appliance. Get the area's lowest appliance prices, plus up to $600 in extra savings on top appliance brands exclusively at Grand. Shop in-store or online at grandappliance.com August 27th through the 29th for great deals, like $1,150 off this mega-capacity LG washer-dryer pair featuring turbo wash and steam cleaning. Grand Appliance and TV, trusted since 1930.
Find your keys. Find your get up and go. Find pants that aren't sweats. Find your friends. Find your sense of wonder. Find the world is new again. At Chevy, we'd like to take you there. Now, during the Chevy Open Road Sales Event, get up to 15% of MSRP cash back on select 2020 models. That's over $5,700 cash back on this Equinox. It's time to find new roads again.
These deals are amazing.
I know. How do we get them?
Okay, we have to be very subtle about asking, like this.
Like this?
No, like this.
Actually, you don't have to do any of that. We have great deals for everyone.
Even without the...
You would have gotten it anyway.
Cool.
If you've forgotten what a fair deal sounds like, let us remind you. Switch to US Cellular and get $700 off the latest smartphones with no activation fee. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
As the weather gets warmer, get outside and see all the beauty Wisconsin has to offer. And let Meineke get you there safely. Make an appointment and save $20 on any oil change package. Prices starting as low as $14.99. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
I'd rate Mad City Bass 10 out of 10.
When it comes to the bathroom, the Mad City bathroom, I have to give it a 10.
It's exactly what we wanted, and so they were fantastic. A 10.
With over 50,000 satisfied customers, Mad City Baths is a sure choice for durable, beautiful bath and shower updates installed in as little as 1 day. We'll help you design the bath or shower of your dreams and pass along special savings during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation, 60 months, 0% interest, and a $60 Walmart gift card with purchase. Plus, last chance to call during this program for the bonus $100 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Virtual online estimates are available. Dial 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466. Call Mad City Baths.
It usually takes 5 years. Now some researchers say they can do it in a few weeks. The latest sign of hope that a virus vaccine could be coming sooner than expected.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's August 29th. I'm Christina Laurie. We will have more on that promising news in a moment. First, though, we're continuing to follow what's happening in Kenosha. The attorney for Jacob Blake says the felony warrant against his client has been vacated, meaning he is no longer handcuffed to his hospital bed, and the officers have left his room. There is still no word, though, on any potential charges stemming from this incident, but overnight, the Kenosha County Sheriff claims he hasn't even watched the viral video of the shooting.
Just as the top law enforcement official in this county, when you see that cell phone video,
which one? I didn't see the cell phone
video of the shooting of Jacob Blake.
Okay.
As the top law enforcement official in this county, do you see a problem just from that video of what that officer did?
I think I answered. I did not see the video.
You have never seen that cell phone video?
I'm sticking to the same thing I answered earlier. Yes, I have not.
Is there a problem with that you haven't seen that video?
All right. Thank you.
The DOJ also identified the 2 other Kenosha police officers who were on scene at the time of that shooting. Now, for some brighter news, let's turn it over to meteorologist Aaron White. Aaron, gorgeous weekend.
Yeah, it certainly is, Christina, as we are going to see a lot of sunshine through today and tomorrow. There are a few clouds out there as we look over Madison right now. These are going to kick out of here in the next couple of hours or so, and we are going to see that sunshine for the afternoon. Temperatures are into the middle 60s right now, 64 degrees, northwest wind at 8 miles per hour. The nice thing about that northwest wind is it's ushering in the cooler conditions for today and tomorrow. Drier, less humid than we saw last week when we were talking about highs in the 80s and lower 90s, and all that humidity, that's gone. Don't have to worry about that at all this weekend. As we go through today, we will see temperatures again into the middle 70s later on this afternoon. Today's high of around 76 degrees. As you plan your weekend, 76 for today. Sunny and 75 for your Sunday, but we are tracking rain chances back in the forecast going into the start of the work week. Monday, 30%. Better chance will be on your Tuesday, and I will time those out a little bit later on the show as we take a look at the extended forecast.
Thank you so much. It looks like a gorgeous, gorgeous weekend on store. This weekend, the Oxford vaccine, a leading COVID vaccine candidate, has entered advanced trials. Charlie Diagata takes us inside the lab that's working to make the company's plans a reality.
That could be the very solution to the pandemic the world is waiting for. Even before the final phase of testing and government approval.
This is a process development lab.
The vaccine is on a massive manufacturing drive.
In that particular process, you will be making millions of vaccines.
Millions?
Millions of vaccines.
In that one run?
Absolutely.
The challenge, how to scale up from a small vial of vaccine to billions of doses fast. Dr. Clive Glover is Director of Strategy for Pall Corporation.
That process would generally be measured in years, and 5 years is not unusual. We were able to design the process, get the equipment into one of our manufacturing partners, and run the initial process within 8 weeks.
8 weeks?
Yeah, so it was a sprint, to say the least.
That sprint is now a relay race, and this biotech lab on the south coast of England has the baton. The process starts with a small batch of vaccine.
We grow the cells up within this particular bioreactor, and then we use some starter version of the vaccine. It infects the cells that are growing inside here and then allows the vaccine to actually make more of the vaccine itself.
The rest is a complex filtering process that screens out impurities until you've got a bag full of vaccines ready for the vials, and eventually your arm. This system will be used by manufacturers of the Oxford vaccine around the world, all waiting for the go-ahead to start rolling out in record time. Charlie D'Agata, CBS News, Portsmouth, England.
A reminder, you have to change your plans if you are hoping for a little terrace time this weekend. The Memorial Union Terrace as well as the Union South Plaza are now closed to the public. For the fall semester, both unions will only be available for current students and staff members. Anyone entering either area will be required to show a valid WISC card and wear a face mask. If you're looking for something else to do this weekend, the farmers market at the Alliant Energy Center is open. Sweet corn, melons, beans, all in season right now, but there are fewer food and craft vendors overall. Next, we'll introduce you to one Black-owned business owner who's come up with an innovative new way to market her products during the pandemic and the new items she's come up with, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call to enjoy non-stop routes to summer in a new Nissan.
And don't miss the 2020 Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Get a low $346 per month lease on Nissan Rogue.
Tired of that old bath or shower and ready for a change? Mad City Baths makes it easy and affordable to have a new bath, tub-to-shower conversion, or walk-in tub installed in as little as 1 day with premium wall patterns like sandalwood, white slate, and more, infused with Microban antimicrobial protection. Mad City Baths is Wisconsin's #1 ranked remodeler. Now get huge savings during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation on your new bath or shower with 60 months 0% interest and receive a $60 Walmart gift card with purchase. Plus, call during this program and as a bonus, receive a free $100 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Ask about virtual online estimates. Throughout Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call to enjoy non-stop routes to summer in a new Nissan.
And don't miss the 2020 Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Get a low $273 per month lease on Nissan Sentra.
Madison's not happy treating people differently because of their race. I've learned when I've been out reporting on the front lines that everyone is impacted differently, but it's also important to take some time to not judge people and to understand where they're coming from and why they might be angry or why they might be sad.
This is our opportunity. You do see the best in some people coming out.
This time feels different. This time, I think, a real conversation may begin.
It's a tough time to be a small business owner, and it's especially hard when your business usually centers around things like craft fairs and farmers markets, which have been canceled this year. Judy McNeil runs QB's Magnetic Creations. She's found an innovative way to adapt, and she joins us this morning to talk about that. Good morning, Judy. Thank you so much for sharing your business with us.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Yes, it's great to have you. So I noticed that you have something shiny around your neck, and that's part of your creations. Can you tell us a little bit about your business and how you got started?
Sure. Well, it's QB's Magnetic Creations. I got started back a number of years ago, and it was really started with something I made for myself, a magnetic badge holder, and I had a lot of interest in it. And when I couldn't find anywhere to send individuals online, I thought it was a great way to start a business. And so that's how QB's Magnetic Creations was born. So it started out with the badge holder back those years ago. But since then, I've made the magnetic brooch. The magnetic jewelry string is what you see that I'm wearing right now, which is totally different and new to the market. So I just love what I do.
It's really gorgeous, and you can tell that you love what you do. You're also adapting because with COVID going on, you're also making a little accessory for people's masks. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. So I made the jewelry string can be used in so many different ways, whether you're using it on a cardigan, a boot, a hat, you can just use it endlessly. There's no limit on placement. So one day I was heading downtown, and I had to wear my face mask. So I had a shorter string, and I just put it on there, and I went downtown, and I was wearing it, and I got a lot of attention. And so I started handing out my business cards because there was a lot of interest. And then I just started making the magnetic face mask bling. I also make magnetic face mask charms because what I think it does is it reveals who you are beyond the mask. Because a lot of times when wearing that mask, you can't tell if we're happy or what's going on under there. So I just thought it was a great way to reach people beyond the mask and just show your happiness.
That really is one of the hardest parts of wearing masks. You really miss out on those emotions that we show through our smiles. And you're also adapting in another way too, because I know that you're typically at things like craft fairs, which have been canceled, but you kind of are bringing people to you in a safe way. What are you doing?
I am actually, as you said, COVID has changed so many things about how we operate as small businesses. All of my events were canceled. So I no longer had that in-person contact with my customers. But what it forced me to do was just kind of streamline and go online probably a little bit sooner than I anticipated. So my customers, I can now meet them where they're at. Also, there's been a couple of times where I've had customers come over, and I just raise up my garage. I set up my booth inside there, and that seems to work really well. We're able to social distance, and then they're able to just kind of shop and go. So I'm just finding some interesting ways to kind of reach my customers and meet them where they're at.
You've been doing this for 10 years, so you certainly know how to succeed. Last question for you. We've been celebrating local business owners all month long here on our show. August specifically is Black Business Month. So what has it been like to be a minority-owned business here in Madison? Have you seen an uptick in the number of customers?
I have seen an uptick in online sales. I've also met some I've met a lot of other small business owners just via the Madison Black Chamber of Commerce, also the Dane by Local. There are a lot of different ways that we connect virtually. So what it's done is it's opened me up to a whole number of other businesses that are out there that I didn't even know about. So it's just a great way to kind of show, that we're here, that we're out here, that we're striving, and that we're trying to do the best we can and be part of the community to one day give back to the community. That's my goal, is to be able to be in a position to give back to the community.
I'm glad you mentioned the Black Chamber of Commerce. They do have a great website, and you can head there and find your business and a whole variety of other minority-owned businesses here in Madison. We certainly have a lot to pick from, and it's really important to shop from all of those as well as all small businesses right now. So thank you so much for talking about your shop, Judy, and best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
And you can connect with Judy on her website. I'll put a link to that on our website, channel3000.com. We'll be right back. Delightful weather is also ahead for the last Saturday of the month. Aaron is tracking sunny skies, 70-degree temperatures, and we'll have a look ahead at our Labor Day forecast right after this. But first, let's take a look at who's turning 3 years old today. Happy birthday, Peter. Great.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call to enjoy nonstop routes to summer in a new Nissan.
And don't miss the 2020 Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Get a low $346 per month lease on Nissan Rogue.
I'd rate Mad City Bass 10 out of 10.
When it comes to the bathroom, the Mad City bathroom, I have to give it a 10.
It's exactly what we wanted. And so they were fantastic. A 10.
With over 50,000 satisfied customers, Mad City Baths is a sure choice for durable, beautiful bath and shower updates installed in as little as 1 day. We'll help you design the bath or shower of your dreams and pass along special savings during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation, 60 months, 0% interest, and a $60 Walmart gift card with purchase. Plus, last chance to call during this program for the bonus $100 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Virtual online estimates are available. Dial 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466. Call Mad City Baths.
It's my 410, no excuses on game day, migraine medicine. It's Ubrelvy for any time, anywhere migraine strikes without worrying if it's too late or where I am. 1 dose of Ubrelvy works fast. It can quickly stop my migraine in its tracks within 2 hours, relieving pain and debilitating symptoms.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Migraine hits hard. Hit back with Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
Scranton is a long way from Wall Street. You won't find skyscrapers or big city bankers, just hard-working people. That's where Joe Biden's story starts. It's why he's running for president, for the backbone of this nation, working families. Donald Trump, he's in it for himself and his wealthy friends. In this crisis, we need to help workers and small businesses, and we need a president who will build back better.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call to enjoy nonstop routes to summer in a new Nissan.
And don't miss the 2020 Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Get a low $273 per month lease on Nissan Sentra.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back on this Saturday morning. It's a beautiful start to the day as we have a fair amount of sunshine, just a few clouds passing through this morning, and those are going to clear out of here later on this morning, and we're looking at a nice sunny afternoon ahead of us. As we look over Madison right now, we have just a few clouds, 68 degrees around 9 o'clock this morning. We will warm right on into the 70s. Today's high topping out around 76 degrees, so a lot cooler than we have been the last several days when we had highs in the 80s and lower 90s, all that humidity humidity, that's gone, and we got some nice conditions coming our way for the weekend. Temperatures across southern Wisconsin, we have 70 in Janesville. That is the warmer spot. 62 in the Dells, 65 in Lone Rock, 67 in Boscobel, and around 66 in Monroe. Doppler radar is dry this morning, which is good news after all the rain that we had north of Madison yesterday. Anywhere from 3 to up to near 8 inches of rainfall was reported across areas around the Dells, Baraboo, up towards Camp Douglas and Mauston. So very heavy rainfall that fell. Flash flooding was reported across these areas. Luckily, we are going to dry out, but notice areas across southern Wisconsin, south of Madison, Janesville, Monroe, didn't really see any rainfall. We do need a little bit across southern portions of Wisconsin back into Iowa, and there are rain chances in the forecast going into Monday and Tuesday. It looks like Tuesday will be the better chance of maybe some widespread rainfall. Nothing too heavy, at least at this point, but still something to keep your eye on if you didn't really see any rain the last couple of days. Today, no rain in the forecast, just a lot of sunshine as we head into the afternoon. Temperatures warming up into the middle 70s across southern Wisconsin. So here's our forecast for today. We will see a high right around 76. The wind generally out of the north to northwest at 5 to 15. That's ushering in the cooler air for the weekend, the drier air going into Sunday. Sunny and 75. But like I mentioned, we have that rain chance in the forecast Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday, the better chance, 50%. Another chance coming into Thursday, but otherwise highs generally in the middle 70s for the extended forecast. And I think after we get past Labor Day Monday, we might be talking about highs in the 60s.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm ready for the 60s.
Yeah.
Too soon. But what's the typical average this time of year?
Mid to upper 70s. So we're right close to average, maybe a couple degrees cooler.
This week was certainly abnormal.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Aaron. The Bucks will be back in action this afternoon. The league announced the playoffs will continue today with Game 5 between Milwaukee and Orlando tipping off at 2:30. If the Bucks win, they'll move on to the second round of the playoffs. Join us tomorrow morning for an important conversation with Madison's Black Chamber of Commerce about what's next for the city, its people, and its businesses after a week filled with protests. But first this morning, we're heading south to Chicago, where hundreds of boarded-up storefronts look strikingly similar to the scene here in Madison. The colorful messages of hope and change high school students are sharing through their temporary artwork, soon to become a permanent part of the city's history.
Hey, you guys gonna get started?
We're just waiting for the activation fee.
But I already paid for the day.
Yeah, and then it's $100 to activate us.
Activate you?
Mm-hmm.
What are you, a cyborg?
It's crazy to charge people for things they already bought.
I'm gonna get my wallet.
That's why at US Cellular, we speak fair and never charge activation fees. Switch to US Cellular and get $700 off the latest smartphones with no activation fee. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
As the weather gets warmer, get outside and see all the beauty Wisconsin has to offer. And let Meineke get you there safely. Make an appointment and save $20 on any oil change package. Prices starting as low as $14.99. Meineke Car Care Center is here to help.
This right here is the most delicious way to turn any person into a morning person.
Enjoy a $2 savory sausage McMuffin with hash browns or a $2 sausage biscuit with hash browns.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
When unexpected home projects come along, use the Home Advisor app and instantly book an appointment online with a top-rated pro. Be prepared for whatever home projects come your way. Download the free Home Advisor app today.
Working out? Not canceled. Catching up? Not canceled. Game night? Not canceled. Nap time? Not canceled. If new carpet would make you happier at home, we're here to help with standard carpet installation of just $75. Carpet one room or your whole house. And installation is only $75 while we celebrate our 75th anniversary. Coil Carpet One Floor and Home. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
Find your keys. Find your get up and go. Find pants that aren't sweats. Find your friends. Find your sense of wonder. Find the world is new again. At Chevy, we'd like to take you there. Now during the Chevy Open Road Sales Event, get up to 15% of MSRP cash back on select 2020 models. That's over $5,700 cash back on this Equinox. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Right now, during Steinhoffel's Labor Day sale, Queen Tempur-Pedics start at only $19.99. Plus, save up to $500 instantly on Tempur-Pedic adjustable sets and get $300 in Steinhoffel's cash and free delivery with your Tempur-Pedic mattress. Get the most highly recommended bed in America right now from a name you trust and take advantage of 0% financing for 5 years. We have the largest selection of mattresses at the guaranteed lowest price. Only at Steinhoffel's and Steinhoffel's Mattress.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9 on News 3 Now.
Finally this morning, downtown Madison is boarded up once again with hundreds of business windows destroyed. It's a similar scene down in Chicago, but high school students there are slowly transforming planks of wood into beautiful works of art. Check out their work through the lens of photojournalist Reed Nolan.
It kind of makes my heart sad when I'm downtown right now.
It just looks like a ghost town.
And it's not a good feeling. I mean, it creates a certain stress and insecurity, and it certainly doesn't encourage pride in the city.
These boards are ugly, but they are also like the perfect canvas. They all just kind of remind us of the troubling times that we're going through right now.
Which is mostly looked at as a black and white issue, but it's bigger than that.
I know I always think about color first.
Today, we're here at the Roundhouse at the DuSable Museum creating this work. It's actually the first time we've worked with teens in the same room in a space since the pandemic started back in March.
I decided to make mine about my grandparents who came here in hopes of a better life.
For me, the theme of my collage is really dreams and hope and unity.
Each collage is going to be placed in a sunflower, and then where it's going to be all together, all of our collages all united, all together, and we're going to make a statement of hope and change for the city of Chicago.
There are calls for change in our culture around racial equity, and this project is one way to start that conversation with teens.
Art is powerful. What I think and what I've done is powerful.
Black Lives Matter, it's not just a movement, it's bigger than that. It's not just a phrase, it's bigger than that.
Through their own individual personal imagination, that they were making personal statements that all come together and say something even louder collectively.
My grandparents came here for a better life, so I wanted to bring that onto my art piece.
I'm just showing a different side of the black joy, black living, black life.
Right here, everyone looking at me, big smiles.
And when those boards come down, when the pandemic ends and when people are finally receiving justice, we're going to see a much better nation and a much better country.
This actually speaks to the whole man, spirit, soul, body.
Once the boards come down, Chicago leaders plan on bringing the artwork to the city's Museum of African American History to remind us all of this time in history. We certainly are living through a lot right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really cool to see some of that artwork. I mean, just really
We
phenomenal.
have it here in Madison, too, and it's going to be a nice day to stroll down State Street, maybe enjoy some of that, show it to your kids.
Yeah, I mean, after all the heat we had last week, we're not going to see that at all this weekend. A lot of sunshine in the forecast for today and tomorrow. As we look over Madison, we have that just a few clouds passing on through. But here's your weekend forecast. Sunny and 76 today, sunny and 75 for your Sunday. The wind overall should be fairly light both days, a little bit stronger today, ushering in the cooler and drier air for the overall weekend. But as we head into the start of the work week, we will see rain chances returning Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday holds the best chance of rain for the upcoming week, but otherwise a lot cooler. No 90s in the forecast at all for the next 10 days, and who knows, maybe we're done with it for this year.
You sure you didn't just like hold down copy and paste and then vary it 1 or 2 degrees to make it look like you did something?
I might have accidentally did that. Oops.
Called out. Enjoy the beautiful weather, everyone. Have a great Saturday.